Next to her, Raul Mendez, who came down hard at the end, man. He's going to be outside in the front row. Raul Mendez, congratulations to you. Mr. Mark McGrath is next. Mark is going to be on the inside of the 5th row, even exceeding his own expectations. Next to Mark is a man that's in this race for the 6th time, a man that has donated more money to Racing for Kids than anyone in the history of this great event, Dave Hayes. We welcome back the man that had the fastest lap in our qualifying today, a 2-time Toyota Pro Celebrity Champion himself, Mr. Alfonso Ribeiro. And a man that's been looking for this honor for quite a while, and he finally got it. He gets to be the pole sitter for this year's race, Mr. Joshua Moro. Well, before we take any questions, let's get a few comments from everybody about what happened today in practice and in qualifying. Trish, we'll start with you. Your thoughts on what happened out there?
I'm just happy to hear that I was close up in the beginning until a couple of guys took over. I'm not speaking to them tomorrow. No, it was, practice I was a little worried. I felt a little slick, and but it definitely was better in qualifying, and I should have just listened and come in earlier and got some more space. But it's so much fun. Thank you, Toyota.
Does the experience from last year help you this year?
Oh, absolutely. I'm still definitely amateur by all stretch the imagination, but yeah, just a little bit more confidence and a little bit more experience. I mean, how can that not help, right?
Well, congratulations to you, Trish. Raul, you were a bit of a surprise here. You're going to be sitting in the front row. We know you actually had a little spin out during qualifying. Tell us how you came out of that and ended up on a front row.
That's how they make us in Mexico. No, listen, this is like a dream come true, At the end, if you take it seriously, nothing happens, and you don't have like this kind of fun, having the chance to meet all these great people. For me, it's a dream come true, And the most important thing is that right now, since yesterday that we got to this beautiful hospital with these beautiful children, I have in my mind one little kid, one little girl called Natalie, and the only thing that I was thinking in these 10 laps was in the thing that I promised to her, that I want to win this race. So I think that's why I got to be in this 2nd position. And tomorrow I hope I can give her really good news, at least that I finished okay the race,
You already made her proud, Raul.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Raul. Mark, you looked at where you finished. Was this where you thought you might be at the start, or maybe even a little better?
Absolutely not, Steve. I don't think you'll meet many people who are excited to be number 14 in their life. I mean, look, I drive a minivan. I've never got a speeding ticket. This thing, when I was asked to do it, I'm absolutely not. Are you kidding me? But I grew up in Newport Beach, California, right? This is the event that signifies summer is coming. How could I not be part of this glorious event? And then meeting these people who I've been fans of to begin with, and now I consider friends for life. And one thing I've learned from the instructors with Danny and Steve and Jim and everybody is this family now. Once you're part of this race, you're part of the family forever. And everybody roots for everybody. Everybody gives each other shortcuts. And it sounds like a hyperbole and weirdness, but it really, there's something special going on with this particular race, and it's an honor to be a part of it. 14, 15, first place, who cares, man? We win today by making friends, and like Raul said, I mean, I'm a father of twins. Going to that hospital yesterday, you think of the parents, you think of the kids, you think of the volunteers, and it's pretty moving. So it's a special experience. I'm proud to be here.
No, it's great to have you out here, Mark. Great job.
Thanks, Steve.
Dave, we've been friends a long time. Yes. Not only is this your 6th time in the race, your wife Jill's been in this race as well. Yes. So that's 7 times that you've handed a check over to Racing for Kids to be part of this race. I think a lot of people are just curious why it is that you've become such a fixture over the years in this race, what this race means to you.
Because no one else bids on it. It's like, the reason I'm a fixture on this race is because I keep wanting to win it. And once again, desperately disappointed in a second row. You know, I said to Josh, come on, Josh, we're going to have some fun here. And we are going to have some fun here. But I'm going to have to come up behind him to you.
Dave, you're second off, dude, according to the, so I don't know how you can make that up.
Right at the start. Jump them, bump them, whatever it takes.
And all for a good cause.
Oh, absolutely. Just it's for the children. And of course, it is a hospital that we're talking about being the charity for. So, they'll take you. They'll take you. You're a little old, but they'll take you.
Challenge put out there by Dave. Alfonso, it's been 19 years since we've seen you in this race. You've won this race a couple of times. I almost feel like you're half driver, half instructor out there going on right now, helping everybody out. But what's it like for you after these years to be back in this race?
Well, for me, it's truly an honor. I've said in several interviews that, Toyota got me pregnant. This was the first race I've ever been a part of, and I was fortunate enough to win the first 2 times that I raced here. Long Beach has a special place in my heart, and Toyota also. I mean, to see Les out here, 21 years later after I first met him is kind of crazy. And Danny and all the guys, it's amazing, and I am truly honored to be a part of this. This is the one race that through the years I would, no matter what would happen, and of course I haven't been here since 19 years, but I would always go online this weekend and look to see how the celebrities did and how the race was, and always stayed, connected to it. And so to be back, just that alone, is really cool, and I'm really honored to be a part of it. To go out there and turn in my opinion, a super fast lap, made me extremely happy. I kept being told that all guns were pointed at me, and so I hopefully lived up to this first part of it. But we have a long day tomorrow.
Well, congratulations, Alfonso. We're going to get to you as far as sizing up the pro field, but let's first hear some words from this year's pole sitter. Josh, you've been in this race several times. We know how desperately you want to win this race. We're desperately played in this one, but how did it feel out there, and how does it feel to be the pole sitter this year?
It's an incredible honor. I woke up this morning and I tried to convince myself that winning this wasn't important to me. Like I just said, go out there, somebody's going to get a quicker lap, but it really doesn't matter. But I was just lying to myself. I really, truly wanted to get the fastest lap. So, I've done it before. I've always been in that second and third time. So I feel great. I feel good. I really owe Dara. I feel like I can drive, but I really got bunched with her, and we literally just drove around the track together. So it was fun. It was really, really fun. And this group, I've done it, this is my 4th time, but this is by far the most fun group that I've ever been around. You guys are really, really cool, and it's a good mix of people, and thanks for inviting me again.
Yeah, say that now, Joshua. They're at you right now. They want to bring you down. They want to bring you down.
Well, you should.
We'll see what happens tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, it can get a little rough. One quick thing from you, Alfonso, just shaking up the pro field. Obviously, 4 of our 5 pros are former celebrity champions. A little bit different this year with the pro field, but size up your competition.
Well, I think the lap times kind of say it all. Brett has been really fast. He was fast earlier today, I heard. He's going to actually give us times. But Brett and Antron and Rutledge are going to be right there. You just never know what's going to happen. The hard part about this race for the pros is simply, even if you get away, all it takes is one corner behind one of the slower celebrities, and you can lose all the time you gain. And so we're actually having to drive both in front of us and behind us. The instructors tell everybody constantly, do not look in your rearview mirror. Problem is, for the pros, is you absolutely have to look in your rearview mirror because you need to know whether you need to go into a corner defensive or aggressive. So I really feel like it's going to be tough. First, just to try and get away because they're all really fast, and it's going to be really hard to go through the celebrity field, and hopefully, you know, I'm looking at the times here, but Joshua is 2.997, so 3 seconds. That's 30 seconds, it's 10 laps. If we get a clean run, there's a chance.
You want that overall?
I would love that overall. You know, I don't know how many times the pro has won the overall in an all-green race, but that would be pretty cool.
All right. Well, Alfonso and the rest of the gang here are open to any questions anyone has out there. Any questions for any of our drivers? Yes.
Yeah, well, throughout the history of the race itself, oh, my voice carries. Excuse me. Throughout the history of the race itself, a lot of celebrities who participated, including yourself, have gone on to having some racing careers. And I was just kind of wondering if any of you caught the bug enough that you may actually try your hand at it?
I've caught the bug for sure, but I also want to be the point guard for the Lakers, and that's not going to happen either. So I'm enjoying my time here. If I'm ever asked back, I'll be the first one here, but the stats say it all. Our team.
9 in the celebrities, Mark. 9 in the celebrities.
All right, you're right. I got to recalibrate my thinking there.
All right. By the way, if you do ask a question, please identify not only yourself, but who you're also with. Next question.
Well, I'll jump into that real quick and just say, for many years after I ran here at Long Beach, I did try and go out and start a professional racing career. There's a lot of money that goes into it, and what you find out is that there's also a lot of people out there that can drive fast. It's not enough just to be able to go fast. There's a lot of politics and different things that go into it. So I would make a suggestion: let's just keep doing the celebrity race.
There was a Sports Illustrated writer by the name of Sam Moses that caught the bug many years ago in the 70s, and he wrote a book called Fast Guys, Rich Guys, and Idiots.
Oh, thanks.
Falls into, but I mean, I myself, I always thought
You're actually all of the above.
But Alfonso, I'm sure you can kind of relate to something like that.
Well, it's you fall in love with this. It's so much fun. I mean, when you're able to get in a car and you're able to go fast. I mean, you know, honestly, you're not trying to go fast when you're out on, you know, on the regular streets. So to come to the streets of Long Beach and go fast makes you really feel like, oh yeah, I'm going fast on the streets. But no, you don't do that because the CHP doesn't like that. So it's a way of getting that aggression out. But it's just such a difficult world to really get into and really be successful in. The odds and the numbers are heavily against you, no matter how good you are.
My first year at the race, I caught the bug. So I decided I was going to be a race car driver. So I started at Irwindale in a Pinto. I'm not kidding. I got a Pinto.
I'm sorry.
No, dude, well, I was my own money. I was like, all right, how do I start a race car team? And everyone's like talking about all the numbers. I'm like, what's the lowest possible way I can become a race car driver? Like, well, you got to start in this class out at Irwindale. And it was in a Pinto. I bought it from some guy in Lancaster. And this camera guy on my show decided he was into it too. And, you know, frankly, it was fun, but I got tired of paying a ridiculous amount of money to even race just a Pinto around in a circle. So, it's
Go
hard.
karting. Do that.
Yeah, karting's fun.
The oddest spec series.
But regardless of race, I dare someone who's ever done a celebrity race to, in their daily driving, to act like they're not taking an Apex whenever they're on the 405 on Sunset Boulevard. You know, you're like, you just drive differently after you've taken this class in here. It makes you a much better driver. So I guess you take that away if you're not going to become a race car driver.
That minivag's going to go real nice now, isn't it?
Yeah, right?
Next question.
My name is Jacob Fisk from KBH Radio out of Long Beach State. Just a question for Mark, it's your first time here. What do you expect going in? And then also, some of the other drivers have been around and done this race before. Do you feel like you're at a disadvantage because you haven't done this, or?
Walking into it, I felt like there might have been a little bit of fraternity of drivers here that have done it before that maybe wouldn't be willing to, I don't know, it's very competitive. As soon as that flag drops, everybody's competitive, as you know, but out of the cars, everybody couldn't be more helpful, and they're truly rooting for you. I'm obviously one of the slower drivers, and I think everybody here I've singled out and asked for advice, and they were so forthcoming and giving me more advice and like kind of fitting it to my skill set. So I've been so pleased, like I kind of, alluded to earlier, I've made some friends here, I think true friends. Those Hollywood type friends, like people that I will take away. Josh, Alfonso, Dave, Raul, Trisha, these people made me a better driver today, and like I said, I'm celebrating this 14, because coming into here, I said, I just want to finish. But I want to finish, and I don't want to make anybody not finish, and to have it, just, look, there's like half a milliseconds, like, separating other people, but I'm happy with my 14th, I'll take it, and I kind of just met my biggest expectations, I think, in qualifying, and we'll see, it's a race, and like Alfonso said, someone could crash. I could make him crash, and he doesn't win. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Can we not say that?
We're just, you're the one that's saying there's so many variables. Well, some of the slower drivers might ruin me. I drive in the front, I drive in the back, and I do it all. So there's just so many variables that can happen. So, but I've already won. If I had to go home today and not race tomorrow, it's just been an incredible time. So it surpassed all my expectations in the most verbose way to answer your questions from Long Beach State.
Thank you.
No 49ers.
Any more questions? So are we just ready for a race tomorrow, folks? Yeah! Definitely ready. All right, thank you to our drivers out there. We'll see you tomorrow for the big race.
Thank you, Steve.